Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to introduce that how to recycle the waste PCB board. Well, we'll use this physical reproduction line to recycle the some powders, the metal powders from the waste PCB board. And if you are interested in this kind of project or want to get the catalog, we can contact with our sales manager. They will just contact with you and send you the catalog and the price list. Well, just during the live show, if you have any questions or any other information that you want to know, you can leave your questions in the comment section. Or if you want to get our catalog or come to our factory to just see what the production line look like, that you can come to China. Our sales manager will just contact with you. We are the Chinese factory. Our factory is in Henan province in China. It's very welcome for you to visit. Or if you want to get to our project cases, and now you can just come to China. Just in China we have our project cases, and also we have our customers in just more than 120 countries. So it's very convenient for you to visit. You can just send your requirements to us and the private message to us, and our sales manager will contact with you. Well, in this production line, you can see this is a 3D video of the production. We can process the scrap PCB board, and by using the physical crushing and separation and get the metals and resin fiber. I can get the copper and the aluminium from the production. It all includes like the components, the dismantle machine, and the crushing machine, like the double shaft shredder, and then the head crusher, hammer blade crusher, and we will use the air separator and electrostonic separator to separate this different kind of the materials, just the metals and the resin fiber. And this is the ID vibrating screw, and that is to control the sizes. We will introduce of this production line later. Okay, and please allow me to introduce of our company first. Well, we are Henan Doing Environmental Protection Technology Company, and we are located in Henan Province. We are subsidiary company of the Doing Holdings. And it's a comprehensive environmental equipment manufacturer while integrating technological design, research, development, and machine production, sales, and after-sales service in one. We have our mental business is the solid waste, e-waste recycling, and this separation machine. And also we have the waste tire, waste plastic, pyrolysis machine, and biomass combination machine, and this waste oil refining machine. So we are founded in 2011, and now we have a history of 14 years. We have customers in all over 120 countries. It's very convenient for you to visit our project cases, and just you can come to our factory to see of this production line in detail. Okay, and if you have any questions or want to get the catalog, you can contact with our sales manager. We will just send our catalog and price list for you. And now let's see about the 3D video first. Start from the very beginning. To separate this PCB board, and now this is the PCB board, a bare board, that the components in the surface is removed out. We will use the dismantling machine to remove these components, and then they will just transport the board into the shredder. This is a double shaft shredder to crush the particles into 2 to 3 centimeters. And then we will use this double shaft shredder to crush the materials This is the third hammer crusher, and then it will get the particles that's smaller than 1 centimeter, and then they will go into this second crusher, the hammer blade crusher. Oh my god. Yeah. And just between the hammerhead and hammer blade crusher, there is this iron removal machine, the magnetic separator to remove the iron inside. Because the iron is much more cheaper than the materials, mixed materials that we recycle. And then they will go into the second hammer crusher to crush again. Then this is a wind conveyor. By using the wind conveyor, they will go into the ID vibrating screen to separate the different particles. They have 2 layers inside and in the middle of the screen to separate the resin fiber. And then this step is to control the sizes of the particles. And then they will go into the air separator. Yeah, here is the collecting machine, the post-dust collector. The whole production line, the only pollution that we have is the dust. So we can process with a post-dust collector to collect the dust. And the air separator to separate the mixed metals and resin fiber. And then in this first separation machine, the separation rate can reach to 97%. And then we can use the electrostatic separator. And the separation rate can reach to 99%. Here is the whole production line, and let's see about the catalog to know what raw materials we can process, what final products we can get, and what is the production line look like. And like this is the different materials that we can process. Like the waste circuit board, waste cable board, radiators, we can all use the same production machine. And by the way, we also have the solar panel recycling machine and the resin battery recycling machine. While the technique is very similar, just we have different final products and just kind of different ways to crush them and to recycle them. Also, like we have the solar panel recycling machine to recycle the aluminium, the copper, and the silicone, the glasses, and the plastic. And for the lithium battery, we can recycle the copper, aluminium, and the black powder. So if you want to recycle like the solar panels or the lithium battery, we have this different equipment. You can contact with us. And here is the type 1 of the capacity of 100 kilogram per hour, 200 to 110 per hour. There's a different capacity. All the equipment just can be customized. It will just contact with your capacity or the quality that you need to process every day. This capacity is for 1 kilogram to 110 per hour. And then they have this large processing capacity range, and all this can just be customized. You can contact with our sales manager, and the wide application is different kind of the scrap lithium battery can all use the same technique. And then here is the different raw materials we can process, like the computer, motherboard, the copper laminate, TV board, air conditioner panel, a mobile board, point circuit board, this is a PCB board, or we can all recycle. On the surface of them, they have some components. If your metals is to crush the information inside, then we don't need this like the metals in the components removal machine or dismantling machine. But if you want to recycle the materials, recycle the copper and resin fiber, and want to have a high quality, then it's just that you can remove all these components first, and you can sell directly. Here is the whole production line. The waste circuit board, first use the dismantling machine to recycle the electronic components and the bare board. Then the bare board can put into this crushing machine to crush them. The first is the shredding machine. This is the double shaft shredder to crush the particles to 3 to 5 centimeter, and then we have two crusher. First is a hammer head crusher, and second is a hammer blade crusher to get more smaller of these particles, and inside of them they have a magnetic separator to separate the iron inside. Then this is a sieving machine to control the sizes of the particles. They have two layers. If the particles cannot go through this rim, then they will go back to the crusher to crush again. And then we have two separation machines. The first is the air separator, and second is the electrostatic separator. Well, if your capacity is smaller than 500 kilogram per hour, then you just only need to process of the electrostatic separator is enough. But if you have a large capacity, we suggest you that you can process both of this equipment to get a more higher separation rate. And the final products we can get is the metals and resin fiber. For the whole production line, we don't have any pollutions from the catalytic or smoke or just water pollution, because all they are just use a physical production technique. And the only dust we have is just on the surface, because they are scrap boards, so they may have some dust inside, also just on the surface. So we use the dust removal machine. And this is the different final products from the circuit board. Like the metals, the mixed metals, can just sell them directly, or can extract the gold or other just precious metals inside. And then the second is the resin fiber. Well, the prices and the applications of the resin fiber is contact with the mesh of the biofibers. So you can use that the build bricks and the ground painting or wood plastic products. This is a profit analysis, but it's just for reference. You can see what we will cost every day, and what is the income from us. You can just for reference and have a look at this. Well, the cost every day is first the raw materials, and then the power consumption, water consumption. Then the energy just in the combustion system, and then waters use. So this is only three costs we have, and also the land. If we need to rent a land, factory, or the electricity we need to carry about. And then the income is from the raw materials. You can see like for the 1 ton per day, 5 tons per day, we can get 40% of the metals and 60% of the resin fiber. And the prices is just for reference, because the price is different in different regions and different time. And this is provided by our Chinese customer. So if you need a price profit analysis in your regions, you can contact with our sales manager. They will help you to just introduce of the policies of in your countries, the market in the countries. And then this is the large capacity of this machine, be more automatic. Cable wire recycling machine, recycle the power cable, electronic wiring harness, or some other wire, copper wire. Yeah, this is the similar technique. We use this hammer crusher the air separator crushing machine and separation machine to recycle the copper and plastic. The copper you can use them directly, to store them directly, or with the copper electrostatic, copper and gold, or plastic, store them directly. This is the profit analysis, and this is the waste radiator recycling. Let's see about this technique. It's very similar of this machine, just for different corporation. And then we can get the copper, aluminium, and iron from them. And this is the analysis. Okay, you can see this is some details of our equipment. Well, like the first is the shredder. We will use these 813 lorry. That is just directly to can crush the metals. And this is the hammer blade crusher. Use the magnetic alloy. Have the high hardness, toughness, and this is the high resistance. For the crusher, well, actually they are spare part, and the screen is also a spare part. So they will have a large consumption of this. So you get a good quality of this blade and the screen. It's very important. Can save your consumptions. These are several separator of the equipment. The first is the air separator. We'll use the airflow and the vibration to separate different products with different qualities. And then this is the electrostatic separator. To reach the separation rate can 9 to 99%. And the pulses collector, this is to collect the smaller dust during the production. And also we can process with this cyclone dust collector. Yeah, in this step, the cyclone dust collector to collect the bigger dust. So can reach to the cleaning rate to 99.5%. Here are some certificates, different certificates of, this is some patent, and then this is the CE, the CEIS, SGS. And then here this is the feedback of our customer. It's running well. Just now we have a customer in more than 90 countries. So if you want to visit, our sales manager will contact with you and help you to just finish the production. Here is the profile of our company and our factory. We are Henan Doyin Environmental Protection Technology Company, that's a subsidiary company of Doyin Holdings, a comprehensive international equipment manufacturer, integrating technological design, research and development, machine production, sales and after-sales service in one. Okay, and now here is a picture of our factory and our company. The company is in Zhengzhou, which is the capital of Henan province, and the factory is next to Zhengzhou in Jiaozhou city. Now it's covering an area of 40,000 square meters of different workshop for different products. Our company is just located for the waste recycling machine or the environmental protection machine. Like first we can recycle the PCB board, the computer motherboard, to get the metals and resin fiber. And also we can get the flue oil from the waste tire, waste plastic by using the pyrolysis machine. And then we also have the combination machine to recycle the straw dust, the coconut shell, bamboo, wood to the charcoal also called the charcoal making machine. And then we also have the refining machine or the smelting machine to refine the waste oil into diesel. Those are different final products. If you are interested in our project or want to know more about this, you can contact with us. Or if you have any questions, you can leave your comments to us in the comment section. Here is the different project cases in all over the world. Like in Ukraine, here is the electrostatic separator, and here in just now in almost each continent we have our customers. And here is the service. We include the pre-sale service, on-sale service, and after-sale service in one. About the pre-sale service, you can visit the production workshop of the factory. It's in Jiangsu City. Welcome to China. Well, you can come here, and our sales manager will take you to the factory and see the production line, their prototype in their factory, and then you can just get the test, get experiment of your raw materials. You can send your products to our factory, and we have a free service for you to have experiment. Then you can have a test of the qualities of the final products and the separation rate and the working efficiency of our equipment. Okay, and then on the on-sale service, you can check the production of the machine anytime and communicate with the manufacturing progress. And for the after-sale service, we have 1 year warranty. And if you need installation service, our engineer can fly to your countries, help you to finish the install, operate, and the training for the workers. I may just care about the after-sale service most. Just some countries, some regions that we have a local engineer, because these places that we have plenty of our cases. If they have a local engineer, they will go into your workshop, help you to finish the installation. If they don't have any engineers just next to you, then the engineer in China will fly there, help you to finish all the production. And here is a service where you can have a brief look. Now in the comment section we have our WhatsApp, our email. If you want to contact with us, you can just add us directly. Our sales manager will contact with you, send you our catalog, our price list, or just other information you need to carry about or just want to get. We can introduce about the cases and give you the customize of the production. Okay, let's come back to this very beginning. Here is the 3D video of the waste circuit board. Let's see about this. They just go through the double shaft shredder, and then here is a head crusher with the magnetic alloy to crush the particles, the metals particles. This is the magnetic separator to separate the iron. And then the third crushing machine is the hammer blade crusher. It will crush the particles into granular shape. And then by using this ring conveyor, they will go into the ID vibrating screen. Here's to control the sizes of the particles. They have a screen inside. If they can't go through the screen, they will go back to the hammer blade crusher to crash again. And this is the pulses collector. The air separator to separate the you separate the metals and the resin fiber. And this is electrostatic separator. Can get more higher separation rate. Okay, let's see some pictures. Oh, this is big pictures. And this is a belt conveyor to the hammer blade crusher and the magnetic separator to the hammer head crusher. Oh no, the first is hammer head crusher, second is hammer blade crusher. The ID vibrating screen. Here is a cyclone, a ring conveyor. And here, this is the double shaft shredder. Okay, and here, this is the dismantling machine. Yeah, we remove out the components on the surface of the scrap board. The heating zone. Now this is a worker to put the board inside them. In this step, we just always need 1 or 2 workers. And then we close the heating door. Welcome our new friends here. We are the manufacturer of the waste recycling equipment. If you are interested in our project or want to get the processing line, you can contact with us. And now this is the components that we remove from the board. Then we can get a bare board to crush them. Here is a control knob that to automatically control this production line. And here is a board, the bare board. It's important to control the temperature of the board, of this heating zone. If the temperature is very low, then the components will not just remove from this board, but a very high will have damage of this bare board. Almost 200 degree. Then just by using the heating and vibration, then the components will just remove out. Here is our customer that have experiments of this production. To scrap then to put the bare board then into this hammer blade crusher. And this small one is a magnetic separator, and into the hammer blade crusher. Yeah, this is our logo doing holdings. The ID vibrating screen. Yeah, here is a outlet that to recycle the mixed metals, mostly the copper. And then the mixed one with the copper and the resin fiber, they will go into the electrostatic separator to separate again. is also for experiment. Here is the copper. Now this is the engineer from our company to experiment of this production. Yeah, very clear. And this time we need 1 or 2 workers to feed the raw materials into this board. The board conveyor with a block that to control this board. Yeah, this board that you can see the components also on the board. It's just for experiment, or we want to just to damage the information of the board. First is a hammer blade crusher, and here this step, the magnetic separator. To remove out the iron. And you can see another way, just purpose to use the magnetic separator is the iron for different shape. It's very sharp. It will have a damage of the hammer blade, so we need to remove them. And also, it's much more cheaper than the metals or other metals. Here is the mixed metals. Copper and aluminium, and here the white one is the resin fiber. This is air separator by using the airflow and the vibration of this machine. Then we will use this electrostatic separator to separate again. Okay, let's see the magnetic separator, which the magnetic separator look like. Well, if you have any questions or want to know more information about equipment, you can contact with us. We are the manufacturer of this equipment. Now we introduce is the smelting machine for the scrap PCB board. This is a pre-processing step. Except the PCB board, we also can process the solar panel and the lithium battery. If you are interested in this production line, we can just get the video to introduce of them. Okay, this is the workers that will put the board into the machine, and then close the feeding door, open this to heat them. The temperature is almost 200 degrees. And then we can get the components. And let's see what's the board look like. It's very clean. Then the board will go into the separator crusher to get the mixed metals and the resin fiber. There is no damage of this copper of this board. Okay, if you have any questions or want to know more about the equipment, you can contact with us. We are the manufacturer of this PCB board recycling machine and lithium battery recycling machine, solar panel recycling equipment. Let's see the other video. This is very clear to see what the production look like. And next, we will see the 3D video. Okay, and we not only have the PCB board recycling machine and solar panel recycling, lithium battery recycling. We also have the with tire, with plastic pyrolysis machine and the waste oil refining machine, and also the scrap, like the wood or the straw dust or the bamboo or coconut shell, corn cob to make the charcoal machine. This agricultural waste for different products and different raw materials. So if you want to get more information, our sales manager will contact with you. This is the electrostatic separator. Well, our factory is in Jiaozuo City. If you need to visit, our sales manager will contact with you and introduce of the details. Okay, let's see about here. The board will use this hammer blade crusher to crush for like nearly 1 centimeter, and then by using the magnetic separator to separate them. Here is the second hammer blade crusher. This is a control center, the ID vibrating screen to control the sizes. If the particles cannot reach to the standard, they will use this. They will go through this tube and go back to the hammer blade crusher. And for this outlet, we can collect the mixed metals. And the next outlet for the silicon. And then they will go to the next electrostatic separator. If you have a small capacity of the equipment, you can only process with this electrostatic separator. But if you have a large capacity, like more than 150 kilogram per hour, need to process, you can process both the air separator and the electrostatic separator. So the certificate of this machine is just depends on the raw material, your factory, and so on. Our engineer will help you to finish the certificate. And this is the 3D video of the equipment. Let's have a look at this. So if you have any questions, we can answer you. And our live show is nearly end in maybe several minutes. This is a shredding machine to crush the board, the hammer board crusher to crush the particles into 3 to 5 centimeter. And then this is a hammer board crusher, hammerhead crusher to first crush the materials. And then is the air separator, the iron separator, the magnetic separator, and then to the hammer blade crusher. Nanoparticles will go through the anti-vibrating screen. That is to control the sizes of the particles. First is the air separator to separate the air and the metals and the resin fiber. And for the air separator, separating rate can reach to 97%. And the next is the electrostatic separator to reach to 99%. Here is the whole production line. Well, if you have any questions, you can contact with us. If there are no more questions, then it's time to say goodbye. Okay, we are doing Holdings, the manufacturer of the e-waste recycling plant for solar panel, PCB board, and lithium battery. If you are interested, welcome to contact with us. Thank you for watching today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.